This legislation is a human trafficker's dream. It'll be a TikTok advert within minutes of it being passed. You will face no interview in Britain. You will get citizenship without even seeing an official. Somebody will fill in your form for you via a translator. This is madness. The answer isn't processing people who arrive quicker. The answer is stopping them arriving in the first place or taking them back once they arrive. Now, the legislation is there to do that. We just have gutless politicians who won't enact it. We could declare a state of national emergency. We could close our borders. We could send boats back to France. They simply don't have the guts for that battle. They've been led by the nose by lawyers, and they're too scared of France. And that is why this government is on Harry Carey mission for electoral oblivion.
Of those 5 countries, how many of them are we not involved in war in some way? Of those 5, just...
And how many of those countries are the arrivals not coming from those countries, but they're actually coming from the nearest safe country, which is France?
So
answer that for me, because I know the answer. It's almost all of them.
So
if we accept they're already safe.
If someone is coming from Afghanistan, Libya, Syria, Yemen...
Via France.
We have a responsibility to be open to them and to grant asylum to those cases that are
now
there.
Let's look at the Albanians gaming the system and laughing all the way to the bank when
they're
they
not on the list, though. The Albanians aren't
yes.
on the list, though, to be fair.
You know, let's just look at the reality. And of course, we have an obligation and a humanitarian desire to help genuine asylum seekers. Nobody is saying that.
How is a genuine asylum seeker from Yemen, for example, a country that is being bombed with British bombs and British planes and with British personnel helping target those bombs, how is someone from that country meant to be able to claim asylum in the UK? What's the safe and legal route that they have?
Well, how do we know if they are undocumented when they arrive at our shores, that they're even from that country? And isn't surely having a face-to-face interview a way of ascertaining the legitimacy?
Of course, which is why I said what we do want to have.
James, Martin makes a good point here. The fact that there is no face-to-face interview, they've got a list of countries that does sound quite like, yes, OK, there are war, exactly as you said,
I'm not saying this is an ideal thing.
The problem here is that I could say I was from Eritrea. If I've come from Albania or something, I could just make it up, seeing as I don't have any documentation. And seeing as it's just a questionnaire and there is no face-to-face interview, wouldn't that just be easy?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
it would be, wouldn't it? I mean, they've got 20 days or something to fill this in?
We must admit the possibility for abuse is there, and if the possibility for abuse is there, we must be more rigorous, not less.
But if what you're trying to do... And again, as I say, there should be a proper system where people should be processed and given the support that they need and deserve in the fastest possible time. This is not that. This, for a small number of the backlog, this isn't that. This is a sticking plaster. But if you're trying to bring down the numbers and you take... These are the countries that will have the highest percentage after interview going through, and you're trying to do it quickly, you can understand why that is...
Yeah, you can, but the fact is that they've taken away one of the checks and balances to make sure these people are actually from these places that have a 95% approval rating. So the issue that I'm having with it is the fact that they've taken any checks and balances out. I have no problem with people, if they're going to give 95% of these people from these countries asylum within this country, fair enough. But how do we know they're actually from there? And we know that a lot of those coming via the crossings will throw away documents.